get shredded, get lean, go sub 10% body fat. Is all this just an unhealthy obsession? Yes and no. Hey, this video is brought to you today by my friends at LMNT. LMNT is a tasty electrolyte mix with everything you need and nothing you don't. That means lots of salt and no sugar. LMNT was formulated to help anyone with their electrolyte needs and is perfectly suited to folks following keto, low carb, or paleo diets. LMNT contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium per packet. The perfect ratio I have found for me. What I love the most is that there's no junk, no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers, no BS. As a member of our community, LMNT has a very special offer for you. You can claim your free LMNT sample pack simply by going over to the website drinklmnt.com/MarcusPhilly to get yours. And if you're wondering what my favorite flavor is, raspberry salt mixed with some ice water is delicious. I hope you enjoy. I get it if you're feeling tired of seeing videos like this pop up on your feed. It feels like there's an unhealthy obsession out there with getting lean and shredded. I mean, should keeping a lean physique really have to be an all-consuming endeavor? Do we really need daily reminders and have to think about this stuff as much as the media makes us believe in order to keep muscle tone and not store too much fat on our bodies? As a full-time fitness professional who has also coached others for decades on how to change their bodies, I am going to shed some light today on what I've learned and done to stay sub 10% body fat year-round for pretty much the last 10 years. This may not be the lifestyle that you want to choose for yourself, but you'll learn exactly what it takes to get leaner and how the small choices we make add up to our set point of leanness. Sub 10% body fat may not be right for you, but if you do want to make a change, this is what goes into the equation. Now, our modern Western life is set up and evolving in a way that makes it the norm to store excess body fat, move towards obesity, get sick, and live with a lower quality of life than we're capable of having. Why is this? Number one, there are no built-in reasons to move in life. There's almost zero reason to get out and physically struggle. There are cheap and easily available foods that are highly processed and calorically dense everywhere you turn. Additionally, the most nourishing foods on earth have been vilified very often and made to be feared. The foods with the greatest potential to be sold for profit are also the least nourishing. Our society is rewarding productivity, and people are sacrificing their health and wellness in order to make more money and produce more things. Lastly, technology continues to evolve at a speed that our brains cannot keep up with. We are following the exponential growth pace of technology blindly, and it's leading people to being more sedentary, more insecure, isolated, and generally unwell. So with this picture of modern day reality in mind, we need to have an ongoing dialogue about what it takes to keep from falling victim to these powerful forces. We need the fitness community to remind us to keep moving, make good food choices, and challenge ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually to grow. So what is the right amount of attention to pay to getting lean? Obesity does have negative health consequences, and we should strive for body fat reduction in those instances. But too much of an obsession on getting skinny, toned, lean, or shredded is unhealthy in its own right. Now, you can disagree with the measurements that I've taken, but I've consistently stepped on my in-body scanner and taken caliper measurements that have shown my level of leanness for a long time. You can see here over the past 3.5 years that I've repeated measurements on our scanner at the gym showing my body fat has ranged from as low as 3.5% to as high as 7.5%. My muscle mass changed a bit during that time as well, a topic I've covered when I shared about my journey from competitive sport to father of two, lowering my training volume, intensity, and frequency by over 100% in the last 6 years. Now, how have I been able to do this? I'm gonna lay out my 5 keys to leanness. The first, by no surprise, is movement. Now, I've been training for 25 years now. It's crazy to even say that out loud. I've been lifting weights for a long time, and as a result, I have built a substantial amount of muscle mass. Most of my mature and well-developed muscle mass was built during 2 distinct phases of my life. From 17 to 22 years old, through college sports, intense bodybuilding style training, and collegiate strength and conditioning. Then, from 25 to 32 years old, I competed in CrossFit and simultaneously built elite level strength and conditioning on top of fueling myself with about 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, nonstop. I've continued to train and move my body 5 to 6 times a week without fail. Number 2 is food quality. In the past 10 years, I have made a very conscious shift with my diet. I became extremely focused on high quality foods, always getting optimal sources of protein, avoiding processed foods whenever I can, paying attention to the foods that pack the most nutritional value, and getting adequate calories to fuel my performance, but not more. There hasn't been a day in the last 5 to 6 years that I haven't eaten 200 grams of protein at a minimum. The third is food quantity. In the past 4 years, I started to track my calories and macros much more closely. I've done this with, on average, 90% compliance. This has allowed me to dial in even further what my needs are and manipulate my body composition how I see fit. Nowadays, I hit my calories and macros with an almost annoying level of precision every day. All right, number 4, sleep and social life. I've gone to bed before 10 p.m. almost every single night for the past 10 years and have slept 7+ hours every night for that long as well. In the past 5 years, my bedtime has generally been between 8:30 and 9 p.m., and I wake up at the same time around 5 a.m. each and every day. What this means is that my wife and I and family don't typically partake in the nighttime social scene that involves alcohol and, more than often, a suboptimal eating choice. And 5th is tracking. I've continually tracked my body progress over the past 20 years. I'm always tracking something that I can use to measure progress with. Now, it could be meticulously tracking my training progress, or it could be following my body composition or body weight on a daily basis. There's always been something I'm following, and the closer I follow it with a goal of moving the needle on those metrics, the more fruitful my efforts have always been. Do you want to be lean year-round? If you do, it's simple. Just do all the stuff that I just said 90 to 95% of the time and keep it up for 20 years. In practice, it has been a lot of work. It might sound simple, but it certainly is not. Just remember that small choices made consistently do add up, and be sure to consider all aspects of how you move through life rather than focusing solely on diet or training. And as always, let me know what questions you have, and I'll continue to create more resources for you. See you next time. Okay, another interesting concept that I think is important that I've learned over the years is that we have 2 modes. We have a maintenance mode, or our set point, and we have a change mode. And this is when we push the limits outside of our body's set point.